Suddenly your life has only 1,000 words left to say. After saying 1,000 words, shouldn't you have to use tape to gag your mouth? The story happened to a black guy. He dared not talk because every time he said a word, the leaves would fall off. After all the leaves fall, he will die. The cause must be mentioned a few days ago. Jack has a gentle wife and a successful career. He works in a publishing company. Considering himself pure and noble, Jack doesn't pay attention to people around. His speaking speed is faster than a normal person, and his words are also more flexible. He is the publishing manager who just looks at the immediate benefits. Today he went to meet a man of high status, and is a guru with many disciples. Thanks to his speaking skills, Jack was able to reach his residence. By the time the disciples meditated, he was riding. Jack did not believe that the guru would ignore him. He pretended to sit in the best position. Finally, Jack had the opportunity to speak with the guru. As expected, a person in a high position has a different vision. He immediately understood Jack's purpose and decisively refused. He has no interest in Jack's flattery. Suddenly Jack was injured by the bodhi tree. At that time the guru changed his mind and agreed to sign the contract with Jack. At the same time he tells Jack that this signing of two people will produce miraculous effects. Success to persuade the philosopher made Jack extremely happy. He also has a mother who has dementia and usually sees her son as her husband. Due to his busy work, he did not have time to take care of his mother. That night, the wife, for the safety and privacy of the child, proposed to him buying a new home. Since their house is close to the cliff, she feels very uneasy. The couple was arguing about this, then suddenly a tree sprouted inside the garden. It was the tree that injured his hand. Jack did not mind this either. The next day the guru sent Jack a book, in which there were only 5 pages in total, as if they were written for him. He quickly took the book to find the guru. Jack angrily told him about the book and the tree. When the guru saw the tree, he pretended not to know. Strangely, every time Jack says a word, a leaf falls. His body feels weak. It turns out that this tree has 1,000 leaves. If all the leaves fall, the person will also die. Jack didn't believe, so he takes the axe to try. As a result, he was just about to cut the tree, then he was pushed away. Moreover, a wound appeared on his waist like the wound in the tree. Then the guru said that he also witnessed this for the first time. Jack was extremely suspicious to talk this to his superior. The two of them laughed because they felt this was ridiculous. Only saw Jack started frantically vomiting leaves. It turned out to be a dream. Jack began to believe this strange story. When he buys coffee, he can only use gestures to express. That made the staff misunderstand what he meant. A blind man asked if he could cross the street. Because Jack did not dare to talk, he almost caused a traffic accident. Coming to the company, there is a security guard who dreams of becoming a writer, stopping his way. Seeing Jack said nothing, he misunderstood that he hated the manuscript he wrote. Actually, Jack hasn't read it yet. Next, the assistant saw that he said nothing. He is so afraid that he actively admits his mistake. Normally, Jack talks a lot, but now he is extremely frugal. At this time 2 squirrels climbed onto the tree. Unexpectedly, Jack and the tree had a connection with each other. Jack was itchy enough to wriggle. The most annoying thing is going to meet customers. Jack did not dare to talk, only to let his assistant speak for him. At that time, someone waters the tree. Because of that, all over Jack's face was sweat. His whole body was wet. The customer who sees this along with the assistant's humble way of talking immediately leaves. During the parent meeting, all the other parents were singing. Jack just pretended to open his mouth without making a sound. His wife decided to talk to him about her annoyance at the parent conference. She suggested that he spend more time with his children. Jack wanted to explain why he couldn't speak, but unexpectedly made his wife misunderstand and angry with him. Jack quickly called the guru. He says a word will fall a leaf. He only had to use animal language to talk. It can be seen that Jack is becoming more and more accustomed to using hand signs. His boss was extremely angry with him and his assistant for disrupting the meeting with the client. After that, the customer calls to negotiate the price. Jack does not dare to talk, then he uses a doll with his voice recording to talk to customers. Then the wife made an appointment to meet him at the hotel to foster their feelings. He did not say clearly that was taking the wrong room card. After entering the right room, the wife said that, as long as Jack talks, she will satisfy him. Jack could not talk, causing his wife to misunderstand that Jack no longer loves her. Jack had no choice, but talked about the tree. Unexpectedly, he was directly kicked out of the room. It was really embarrassing. The assistant called to talk about signing the contract with the customer. At this time, the gardener sprayed the tree with pesticides. That made Jack do stupid things in front of everyone. Then Jack was fired. Jack told his assistant about this so he could watch the tree when Jack went to do good work. Let's see if that can dispel the curse. But it still didn't work. The leaves on the tree were still falling. Also for this reason, his wife and children left. His job was no longer. He sadly held the photo of his family sitting under the tree and thought. He thought of some old stories. There are many emotions in his heart. His health was getting weaker and weaker. Perhaps the problem is himself. The guru advised Jack that he needed to be calm and acted honestly. Jack didn't know what to do, so he started drinking, even dancing and singing. The assistant quickly pressed him down, while at the same time using tape to seal his mouth. The next day Jack woke up to see the leaves about to fall. He was even more worried. At this time, the phone came from the nursing home. They said that today is his mother's birthday. Then Jack took the book and began to meditate on the guru's words. Jack began to act. He used the remaining opportunity to do things he didn't care about, such as expressing his love to his family. Then he finished reading the manuscript of the young guard and showed his support for the guard. He went to finish everything that he had not done yet. Jack went to his mother's place and listened to what she said in her heart. His mother hopes that Jack can forgive his father. Jack went to his father's grave. He used his last words to say that he forgives his father. The last leaf fell. Jack also fell. Heavy rain appeared at the time. Now his phone rings. Not only did he not die, but on the contrary, the tree also grew a lot of leaves. After being resurrected, Jack wrote a book about his own experiences. At the same time, he expressed gratitude to the guru. Then the assistant who took over his position was given the same tree by the guru. At the end of the movie, Jack gave his wife a surprise. He bought a new house that his wife wanted for a long time. This movie wants to tell us not to let it be too late to start something. When we talk too much, we don't feel what other people want to express. We should say our sincere words to others in order to see the good things in this world. Jack has finally learned to say less nonsense and show his sincerity.